Do you ever feel like your business is growing, but you're worried that it might be too fast to handle? I know it sounds like a dream, but I swear guys, it's a problem. It's not great when it does happen. So I want to tell you about one health tech company that figured out how to pump the brakes a little bit and grow at a steady and sustainable pace to their ultimate great success. So there was this company that had developed an innovative new product. It was a device that helped people manage chronic conditions from home. Demand for this product started to skyrocket. And at first, the growth seemed like a dream come true, right? You're thinking to yourself right now, as you're listening to this, like that's like the best problem you could possibly have. Still a problem. So the CEO quickly realized that this kind of explosive growth came with its own set of challenges. Smart CEO. They were struggling to keep up with production, customer service was overwhelmed, and their core team was stretched incredibly thin. The fear of overextending the company became very real. The CEO, the founder, were not happy about it, right? They're worried. So instead of pushing harder, instead of risking burnout, the CEO decided to take a step back and rethink their approach. And they brought in a strategic advisor who specialized in sustainable growth, someone who could help them scale their business without just completely losing control. The first thing the advisor did was assess the company's existing processes. They found that while the product was great, the infrastructure around it wasn't built to support such rapid expansion. The advisor helped the company streamline operations by automating key processes like inventory management, customer support, all of this kind of stuff that really helped ease the strain on their team. After that, they focused on the team itself. So the company had a small but dedicated workforce. The fact is, they were starting to burn out. The advisor recommended a more flexible staffing model that included hiring additional help during peak times, cross-training employees so they can cover multiple roles. And the approach not only alleviated some pressure on the core team, it also made the company more resilient to the fluctuations in demand. So you're essentially looking at outsourcing, you're looking at contracting, and again, cross-functional training for the employees. The real game changer then was how they approached their growth strategy. Instead of chasing every single new shiny object, every new market opportunity, the company began to prioritize this idea of sustainable growth. They targeted markets that aligned with their long-term vision and where they could build a lasting presence. Rather than just grabbing quick wins, they were focused on where are we looking at in 5 years? Let's focus on that. Let's work toward that. They reinvested their profits back into their business. They strengthened their infrastructure. They ensured that they could handle the growth that they were intentionally pursuing at this point. The company grew steadily, sustainably, and with a strong foundation. They had built this strong foundation that could handle the growth over time. And it supported them in the long haul. They avoided the pitfalls of overexpansion. They kept their team happy and productive, and they built a brand that customers ended up really trusting and loving. Let's talk about some of the kind of tactics that we can take away from this story. Number one is going to be streamlining operations. The company focused on automating key processes to reduce strain on their team to ensure that they could keep up with the demand. Number two, that idea of flexible staffing, outsourcing, contracting, cross-functional training for current employees can help out in different areas where it's needed during peak times. Number three is going to be that targeted growth strategy. Instead of chasing the shiny objects, instead of chasing every opportunity that you see in the market, look at your 5-year vision. Look at your 3, 5, and 10-year vision and focus on that. Where are you at now? And where are these islands that you're wanting to get to? And build those bridges to get to those islands one at a time. Finally, we've got reinvesting in the future, reinvesting profits back into the business, strengthening the infrastructure, making sure that you can handle, making sure that you're creating a foundation that can handle future growth. So in conclusion, the story shows that sustainable growth really is not just about expanding, it's about doing it in a way that is sane, doing it in a way that works for everybody, that works for the C-suite, that works for the founder, that works for shareholders, that works for employees, that works for contractors, that works for your customers primarily. Think about your customers. So whether it's streamlining operations, adopting that flexible staffing model, being selective about the markets that you enter, these strategies can really help your business grow without that additional risk of overextending, of burnout, all that kind of stuff that comes with skyrocket growth. What I want you to do now is think about your business in the terms that we've been talking about here, right? Are you set up to support growth? Are your operations set up to support that growth over time? Do you have that foundation built in? If not, what can you do to start laying that groundwork? Is your team prepared for the challenges that come with scaling? And finally, are you targeting the right markets for long-term success, or are you chasing those shiny objects? Are you chasing those smaller market opportunities? Where are you at right there? Reflecting on these questions, guys, it's going to shine a spotlight on your activities that you're doing now, on your strategy that you're doing now for growth, for marketing, for everything. And it will give you an idea, if you spend some time thinking about this, it will give you an idea of some of these tactics that we're talking about today and how you might implement them into what you are doing for your company today. So if you're struggling with any of this, if you're struggling to find that balance between growth and sustainability, I'm here to help. Reach out to me and let's chat. I will buy you 14 beers worth of my time at no cost to you. It's a half an hour on Zoom. I have nothing to sell you. My only goal here is to give you some actionable value that you can apply directly to your business. You can hit me up on LinkedIn or directly on my website, michaelpacheco.co. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and drop a comment to let me know what resonated with you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to this as a podcast, a quick review on your favorite platform, wherever you're listening to it, would be awesome. All of this stuff helps us reach more businesses. It helps us help more businesses. And that is the whole point of these videos, of this podcast, of everything, right? So I want to thank you in the meantime for doing what you do, for all the contributions that you are making into the world. As ever, I'm Michael Pacheco. Until next time, cheers.